James Kaufman, World News Report today. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought that I would be the person to tell y'all why Kristi Noem really got fired. It's supposedly common knowledge at the DHS and on Capitol Hill that Kristi Noem was having an affair with a co-worker at the DHS that she appointed, by the way, and has been for some time. Let's see why she really got fired and what's being hidden from the public as usual.
Could you explain this?
Sir, I'm looking at a picture of an interior. Looks like a bedroom.
Of an airplane?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You're not familiar with that?
These photos are not accurate. If you're referring to the airplanes that the Department of Homeland Security has purchased and are purchasing, we're using them for long-range command and control aircraft that is dictated in statute by Congress for the Department of Homeland Security to have a plane.
Luxury jet with a bedroom in it?
Yeah, we used a 737. I've been on it once, but it is being used by other administration officials, and it is used for command and control flights for the department. The department has found that in purchasing our aircraft, that we will save the taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars.
Does it have a bedroom in it?
In fact, we spent $1.442 billion on ICE deportation flights last year. I believe it's being refurbished and not having a bedroom in it. So it is being refurbished.
What kind of deportee justifies being flown out of the country in a luxury jet with a bedroom and accommodations like this?
There are aircraft being purchased that will be utilized for executive air travel and for deportations. If you remember, in the past, we have used jets of this size and this configuration for deportations in the past. If you remember,
this configuration. By this configuration, you mean with a bedroom and luxury accommodations like this?
That plane
used for deportations. Is that true?
Sir, we have 737s that are being purchased by the department to replace contracts that we have on ICE deportations. That's what they're going to be used for. And in fact, the Coast Guard is the only entity within the Department of Homeland Security that has jets at this point in time. They had two G5s that were 20 to 25 years old that are being replaced so that they can continue to serve our Coast Guard and our military for years to come.
About these aircraft, they've been reported as saying, although they don't want to say publicly this, but individuals described as senior administration officials have described these airplane purchases as the world's worst deal and an abuse of federal funds. Can you tell me what the Republicans on this committee who voted for what I call the billionaires bill that gave you the money to buy these jets knew about your plans to acquire luxury jets when they voted for that money?
The dollars for these airplanes was appropriated by Congress. In fact, it's mandated from Congress and rules that you've given us that we need to have a long-range command and control aircraft that will seat up to 17 people in the Department of Homeland Security for national security purposes. We are complying with the law. Those planes are being refurbished and will be utilized for that, and they'll be utilized by members of the administration and other components.
First,
they will also cut our costs, sir,
by
almost 40%. We are saving the taxpayer 40% by purchasing our own aircraft and operating them rather than being susceptible to the contracts that they have today.
Remember, Kristi Noem's husband's in the room, and she doesn't go off about the sanctuary of her marriage and how strong her relationship is. Instead, well, she deflects. Watch this.
Trump knows that this guy is shady. Corey has a decades-long record of physical battery, sexual harassment, illegal lobbying for a Venezuelan oil company, and bringing a loaded gun into a federal building. Despite being fired or removed from virtually every position he has ever held due to misconduct, he now wields unchecked, unconfirmed, undisclosed power over your department. This person has no experience running anything close to Department of Homeland Security or even advising someone in your position. He is unqualified which again has left my constituents and I wondering why he is your top official. So Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
and
my
ma'am,
time.
one thing that I would tell you is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So reclaiming
and
my
as
time,
an advisor,
Secretary, it is
has
okay for
no,
you to be
no
offended
authority
by the
to be
question.
making any
It is
decisions.
okay for you to
Has
be
no
offended
authority
by the
to
question.
be making
But it is
decisions
also
and
a
putting
real
up your
question.
position. So what I would say
And
to
you should be able to
is
answer
that
the
what we do at the Department of Homeland
clearly
Security every single
and without
day,
any hesitation.
every single day is to protect
If
this
someone
country
is
and to
asking
make
if
decisions.
you or any federal official is sleeping with their subordinate, that should be the easiest. You should be wanting to answer that question.
Is garbage?
Because it is not about your sex
offensive
life.
that you have brought
It is
that up.
about your
So
judgment.
that kind of garbage
It is
has
about
been
reclaiming my
refuted
time so that
You
I
need
can
to
hear myself.
recognize
By special employee, it means that Corey isn't being paid. Here are two reports by the Wall Street Journal, one from April 17, 2025, and another from April 21st, 2025, stating that President Trump thought that they were having an affair. Trump's former campaign chief is working as her de facto chief of staff, despite White House's concerns about their relationship. Now here we see Kristi Noem's real husband that she's still married to, and he actually gets up and walks out after this before the real grilling occurs. She has a new job already as sort of a drug czar, I'm sure, to buy her silence. But, well, this is another story about her and her chief of staff, who's unpaid, by the way, and their bedroom bonanza.
Your special government employee, Corey Lewandowski, chivalrously stepped forward to fire the pilot mid-air. Your special government employee, Corey Lewandowski, chivalrously stepped forward to fire the pilot mid-air.
This is because the pilot forgot to transfer one of her blankies, her favorite blanket, onto the plane. The pilot had to be rehired immediately because no one else could fly the plane. It is a shit show. So, folks, just a couple of tidbits about why she was really fired. It wasn't only waste. It was more than waste. It was a campaign for $220 million, which was basically a modeling campaign for her. And it was waste. No one in government needs a plane like that. And why would you buy such an expensive plane that you plan to convert into a plane to move illegal aliens on? Come on. 4 flat screen TVs, open bars, bedrooms, etc. Well, I think y'all get it. That's why she was fired, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see that Trump knew all about the affair in 2025. From April 2025, the WallStreetJournal.com, though Lewandowski had initially wanted to serve as Noem's chief of staff, President Trump and his top advisors were uncomfortable with Lewandowski in that role, owing to tabloid reports of a romantic relationship between Lewandowski and Noem over the years, according to people familiar with the president's thinking. Again, Lewandowski took the job with no pay. God bless you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did she need a jet like that? And do you think that bedroom was ever used? Please share and subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.